New Life Church in this season, we're looking at how we live the wholehearted life, the life that God intends for every person to live, what we were created for. And part of that is looking at the disciplines that we have in our lives. The one question that the disciples asked Jesus, which I think is more interesting than any other, is this. They watched Jesus pray and they said, "Lord, teach us how to pray." And so Jesus started, "Our Father." The prayer that Jesus teaches the disciples starts like this. Just two words that say so much, "Our Father." First off, this is a prayer in plural form. Jesus does not introduce the prayer with "my Father." He could have, but one of the main reasons Jesus was sent from the Father was to reveal the Father to us. In John 14, after Jesus had been talking so much about the Father, Philip, one of his disciples, asks him, "Show us the Father, Jesus." To which Jesus replies, "Don't you know me, Philip? Even after I've been with you for such a long time, anyone who has seen me," Jesus said, "has seen the Father." Jesus wants us to pray in a way that reminds us all that we are born into a wonderful family. Jesus takes the me and the my and the mine out of the equation. Prayer is not just about you and God. It's not a locked-in relationship that doesn't include anyone else. There was an old song years ago about a boy and his pet rat called Ben. Michael Jackson sang it as a kid. And there was a lyric in there, it goes like this: "I used to say I and me, now it's us, now it's we." That is what Jesus is conveying here. It's us, it's we, it's our Father, a father with a family. There's a story happening right around me that is bigger and that is more significant than just the story of my life, and around your life too. Our lives suddenly become positioned for greater significance, greater impact in a larger family and a larger story. The Apostle Paul wrote that he bows his knee before the Father, from whom every family in heaven and on earth derives its name. Because of Jesus, we have one Father, one family name. In this first phrase, Jesus gives us all permission to see ourselves included in this family. So if you don't feel very included in life, maybe you don't have a great family, maybe you've never been part of a community, Jesus teaches us to pray, "Our Father." He teaches us straight off that we are part of an intimate family. You don't need to feel excluded. Jesus modelled this in Mark's Gospel, and we can read that whilst it was still night, way before dawn, he would get up and he would go out to a secluded spot and pray. Simon and those who were with him, when they went looking for him, and when they found him, they said to him, "Everyone's looking for you," almost chastising him. In other words, say, "What are you playing at, Jesus?" He knew exactly what he was playing at. It wasn't a game. Jesus spent hours doing the one thing and then seconds doing the other. Early in the morning, this conversation with his Father would start, and then for the rest of the day, he would just simply go and do. He would be, first of all, and then he would do. He would express what the Father had told him to do. His source had deposited into his heart and into his hands everything that was needed for the day. Having prayed for the rest of the day, Jesus would just walk around saying, "You be healed," or "Rise, go, your sins be forgiven," or "Rise up, get up." He would just go ahead and do the things that the Father had showed him. Don't we often find ourselves working the other way around? How is that working for you and for others in our lives? In John 5, Jesus says to his followers, "Most assured I say to you that the Son can do nothing of himself but what he sees in the Father. For whatever he does, the Son also does in like manner. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all the things that he himself does, and he will show him greater works than these, that you may marvel." Do you see? Like Jesus, we now get to be with the Father. And out of intimacy with him, we get then to manifest his divine power in this life. In the next session, we're going to consider 3 things about the Father that Jesus teaches us to pray to. But today, I just pray that you will know that he is your Father, that you can come to him, that you're part of a bigger story. And out of that intimacy that you can have every day, that you will find that you are doing the works that he has planned for you to do in advance.